Hello, welcome to Chapter 10, Lesson 4. Today we're going to be modeling decimals and fractions and how we can kind of go back and forth between them, how they're related. So let's give that a try. Well, I suppose I better read this part too. You can write a decimal as a fraction because both a decimal and a fraction show a part of a whole. Okay, so let's give that a shot here. Right? This decimal is called 4/10 with as a fraction with a denominator of 10. So if I was going to write this in decimal form, 0 ones, 4/10, right? So if I was going to shade in 4/10 on my model here, I would shade in 4 10 sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the number of shaded parts are 4 out of 10. So, and notice too, if I was going to say this number right here, I would say it as 4/10. If I was going to say this decimal right here, I'd say it as 4/10. So they're interchangeable. We say them the same. They mean exactly the same thing. There's no difference between them. It's just they're written in a different way. Okay, so if we think of 4/10 as 4/10 or 4/10, look at it, same thing over and over again, we would put it right here on a number line between 0 and 1. So it's taking that number between 0 and 1 and looking at what is between 0 and 1. And we can put decimals, we can put fractions, and we even, in upcoming grades, relate it to percents. Fractions, decimals, percents, they're all related. So it's so fun to see how everything connects as we get further in math. Write 45 hundredths as a fraction with a denominator of 100. Okay, so notice 45 hundredths, 45 hundredths. We say them the same because they mean the same, almost halfway between 0 and 1. Okay, so 45 hundredths can be written as 45 hundredths. Now I hope you're looking at that number right there and saying, oh, Mrs. Hamer, that is not even simplified. Good for you because it isn't. They're not asking us to simplify, but if you were going to write this as an answer, yes, please 100% simplify that fraction. Okay, shade the models below to show how 7/10 and 70 hundredths are equivalent. I love this. This is such a good illustration. Okay, so I'm going to shade in 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tenths. Okay, now watch this magic. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Look at that. It's just we're coloring in more pieces, but they're smaller pieces. So really, it's worth the exact same amount. I just have bigger pieces when I'm talking tenths, smaller pieces when I'm talking hundredths. Right, two fractions that represent the models in exercise 1. So this fraction would be 7/10, and this fraction would be 70 hundredths. Notice, all I did was find equivalent fractions, right, to go between the two. It's a really neat connection there. Explain how you could write 9/10 as a fraction with a denominator of 100 without using models. So I can use equivalent fractions. Look how I'm using vocabulary words, guys. Equivalent fractions. And multiply the numerator and denominator by 10. Okay, so an example would be 9/10 if I multiplied by 10, which again is just multiplying by 1. That's my not so fancy one there. I would get 91 hundredths. So now it is a denominator of 100. They're equivalent. They're worth the same amount. We didn't use models. Check. Let's move on. Explain how you could write 78 hundredths as a fraction with a denominator of 100 without using models. So 78 hundredths, I would just write 78 hundredths. right? Because this decimal, the 8, is in the hundredths place. So that makes this decimal called 78 hundredths. So I just write it as 78 hundredths. I don't know, I explained it in word form, but I guess I don't really feel like writing all that out. So that's how we would do it. Okay, here we have homework, looks like 1/10. 0.1. Okay, 1/10. This 1/10, 1/10. Oh, sorry, as a fraction. That makes sense. Why would I write the same thing? 1/10. Okay, here we have 3/10. So I have 3 out of 10. 9/10 here. So I have 9 out of 10. Okie dokie. This really isn't like a super complex idea, but just making that connection is really awesome. 17 hundredths. Notice now I'm having boxes. That means I'm talking hundredths. I need color in 17 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I should have 3 left over. Yep. So notice I have 1/10, 1/10 stick, and 7 hundredths, 7 boxes. So this would just be 17 hundredths, 24, 24. So I have 2 10 sticks, 24 hundredths, sorry. And we should be reducing, simplifying, but it's not asking us to. So 2 10 sticks and 4 boxes. Here I have 88, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Ooh, we're almost all the way full. 80 and 2 left over on the next one. So 8/10, 8 hundredths. Could be written as 88 hundredths. Okay. Josiah's family has 10 pets. For exercises 7 through 9, refer to the table. This is a table that shows how many of each type of pet Josiah's family has. Write the part of the family's pets that are cats as a fraction of a denominator of 10. How do we know that there's going to be a denominator of 10? Let's see what would happen if I added these up. 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1, and we get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 whole is what would happen if I added all those up. So that's how I know it is 10, because if I add them up, I get 10, or 1.0. Okay, so write the fraction that are cats. So that would be 2/10, or 2 out of 10 are cats. Write the part of the fraction of the family's pets that are fish. Okay, fish, 4/10, 4/10. And write the part of the family's pets that are fish as a fraction of denominator of 100. I was like, wait a minute, we already did fish. Okay, so 4/10. If I want the denominator to be 100, I can do equivalent fractions. So I can get 40 out of 100. And if I were going to write that as a decimal, I would write it with just another 0 on the end. It equals the same. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any problems on your homework.